Hi, here's mission 6 of the campaign, GMT's Skies Above the Reich. As you saw from the rolls, we're down with our only 2 fighters again, which makes things really tough. I've decided to take Clara and Dahl this time because they've got aim skill, so they can put damage on as a priority. We're on formation A. We do have a wind damage here, which we need to roll forward to see whether the bomber is destroyed from that damage. Either 10, we don't get it. So that's a 1 damage marker. And I think, again, doing our, we don't have a sun this time, so, you know, nose and oblique, I think. Well, tail's pretty good, especially if you want to go for this bomb. We have a 1 spot and oblique here that we won't be able to get for the nose then as well. I think we'll start oblique and tail. I think this time we really need to get a bomber to drop. We need a victory point to not lose the mission. We need 5 to not lose, and we're on 4 at the moment. Alright, so our first move will be to go to level here, and we only have 4 turns, so I'm going to use the tactical point to get up to high here. That puts our tactical points on 0, and so that's our move. Next thing to do is the good old escort roll, and as this is inbound and we've only got a short number of turns, I think we're going to guarantee to have escorts floating around. So let's roll. We have a 6 and a 6 on the escort roll table here. We are inbound and a 6 is great. Spitfires. Light Spitfires escort for 4 turns, so pretty much the Spitfires will be with us for the whole mission. And let's pull out our Spitfires again. And with such low numbers of fighters, we're never going to get the bonuses in the escort combats anyway. But the escort combats aren't any use to us now for the victory points. Only get experience points. So anyway, here we go. There's 5 escorts, and let's see what happens to them. Where do they end up? A 0. A 0 is all below trading. Well, that's something at least. So place them there, and with that we need to roll an escort box check. A 3, so 1 goes to tail low. Ooh. So that's there. So we need to get out of there if we can. Right, that's turn 1. On to turn 2. We do our move, which is going to go to an approach. The approach box is here, and yeah, then we have another escort roll. So a 7, flank level, 2 to 4 o'clock. So they're spreading out, but not where we are. So that's there. They kind of spotted us, but can't get to us. And yeah, we'll. I think that's the escorts. Yeah, so we got past the escorts, brilliant, and now we need to do the attack. So with Dahl coming in high, I think we will come in here on that bomber, and Clara level on the tail here. Okay, and I think because the escorts are low, I think we're both going to try and climb here. So roll climb to the nose, and we need to go to the flank here. However, there's some boxes here we're gonna have to worry about. I don't really want to go to the tail or to the flank, so I think we're kind of forced to climb, roll that way. Okay, so we do have, there's no collision rolls, so we do have a position advantage here because we're two different directions at two different altitudes. So yeah, let's go through it. So we'll start off with Dull. Dull coming in high on a 1 on oblique, and he's determined. So high oblique 1 determined. So that's a hit and a damage, and goes 1 space. Yep. So ends up there. We will cancel the hit, of course, with the position, but we do get a hit. And with Dull, we have the aim skill, so that would give us the extra damage. Sorry, not the aim skill, the timing skill, so it adds a damage. So we have 2 damage on the bomber. So let's draw one by one. First one is a Fusiliers 8. Let's roll against the 8. A 9, so we have a fallen bomber. So that will, yeah, we'll be able to chase that one. So let's put that marker on turn 2. It's over here, and a fallen bomber. So good news, and Cloudlet on the tail, nothing to fire at, but we still take the card. So we're on a level. He's now a 0 determined level, so that's damage. The hit does matter, damage doesn't, because the bomb has already fallen. Oh, okay. So we need to take a damage marker for him. Oh, I forgot, where does he go? So he doesn't move. Okay, so he stays in that spot to break away. But the damage marker is a wing 7. Okay. And now the continuing fire. So this is a 2 - 1 here. Continuing fire, he's determined. So he's a 2 - 1 is 1. So yeah, he gets a hit because he's determined. That's great. We're not diving. So another hit, this time on Clara. I say this time on Dahl, and it's an elevator 6. Alright, and he breaks away to the return box up here. Right, and Clara here. Luckily we stay in the 1 box, it's now a 0. Let's see what the card says for determined 0. Determined 0 is nothing. If climbing or climb rolling he is, draw another card, but apply hits. Ignore the text, but apply hits. So hits on, no hits on 0. So they don't do anything, and he gets away. Determined flank high. There we go. So right, so that's our situation at the end of the attack. So next turn 3. So right, well, we only do a return. So we return to the high boxes here. We then have an escort check, so roll for the station, the below trading station, a 7, flank level 2 to 4 o'clock. So that comes in, which means this will peel away. We'll just check where that goes. Yeah, they go back to below trailing. So next is our recovery rolls. So we've got a 6 here and a 7 here. So we need to roll equal to or higher than 6 for dial. Equal to or higher than 8, that's great. So that damage is shaken off. Now we've got the wing 7 here for Carter. And a 5, he doesn't shake that off. So he will go over to the fate box over there. So no cohesion check for the ones. We still only got 1 counter there, and we need to get less than that to roll. So no attacks, and it's turn 4. And I think all we can do really with Dahl is to chase the bomber. I think it gets us away from the escorts anyway, and gets us more chance of getting some VPs here. So that's what we'll do. We will chase the bomber and we'll put him over on turn 4, and that's the end of the main part of the mission. Okay, so first we need to see if the intercept happens. We've got a gap of 1 turn between Dahl and the fallen bomber, so we need to roll anything below, and we've got a 1. 5, he intercepts. Great, so come across here. We don't need anything more here. We have no tactical points to transfer right now. So let's look at the damage. So we have a wing and a cockpit. So the cockpit may be interesting. So wing here, we roll, and a 9 or a 10 will cause a fire and a bailout. So let's roll, see if we get the fire. An 8 close, but no, not a fire. And then we have a cockpit, which is 4 to 10. So we roll 4 to 10, there will be a bailout as well. So here's hoping. A 4, we get a bailout. So the bomber goes down and it is destroyed, but Dahl doesn't need to do anything in particular. So he can go home. And yeah, that's the pursuit phase done. One last thing to check, of course, is to see what happens with Clara with his wing damage. So we need to roll on this table. We are a BF 109, and so let's see what happens to him. A 1. Oh, a 1 is an explosion. So now we have to check on the bailout table on that table there. Oh, wow. Just to hit a few 9 or something. A 2. A 2 is no. So I'm afraid Clara actually, right at the end of the campaign, suffers an explosion and goes down. Okay, so it was Dahl that actually made the bomber fall, so he does earn an EP here. I'm afraid Carter is not with us anymore. And with regards to the starfall, so we destroyed a bomber. It did actually get destroyed in the end, so we did earn 2 EP there. And that gives us a total of 9. And on the VP end, we have 1 destroyed bomber, which gives us 2. And that gives us a total of 6. And as luck would have it, 6 is greater than 5. So we didn't lose the campaign. but we certainly didn't win it. We needed 15 points to win it. We got nowhere near that. So we scraped a draw. Now I think what I might do is just continue with this this Starfall into the early 43, and so we'll crack on with the next campaign. So hope you enjoyed it so far, and hopefully you'll join me for the next campaign of early 43. Bye for now.